yeah, laying down some smooth funk this morning. It is 7:30 on a Wednesday, and we're live, unless you're watching the playback. But hey, good morning to you. Just another little celebration of my HMLO lifestyle community that I belong to. The HMLO community is can be defined by hetero moral lifestyle orientation. This year, this week, this month, I don't know when it'll stop, but I'm just celebrating the fact that I'm a member of the HMLO community. It's so great. Everybody else wants to celebrate. I'm going to get involved on that. Here's one great thing. There's less fear. You want to know why there's less fear? Because I don't have to worry about STDs. Because I am a hetero, moral oriented lifestyle person, HMLO, whatever. I'm a member of the HMLO community. I don't have to worry about some of those things. So I understand other lifestyle groups have certain stresses that motivate them to do the things that they're doing. That's fine. That's okay. But for me, I don't have to do that. And what's even greater is I was just born like this. I have no choice in the matter. Can't help it if my constant pushing of the HMLO lifestyle community is bothersome to you. Can't help it. I was just born like this. Hey, speaking of somebody who's born into a situation, you ever heard of this guy named Christopher Columbus? I'm going to talk a little bit about this Christopher Columbus very briefly. Everybody knows Christopher Columbus discovered America, something along those lines. Now, you can argue, oh, the Indians this and blah, 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 yada, yada. But let's face it. Everybody that was living on this side of the planet was still in the Stone Age. It was only a matter of time before people from the East showed up over here and taught them things like gunpowder and metallurgy. All right. So you can feel bad for the Native Americans, the Aztecs, the Cherokee, whatever. You can feel bad for them, or you can realize they were still living in the Stone Age. You can't just go back to living in the Stone Age once you realize that there's such thing as gunpowder. Okay, that's not my point. Christopher Columbus. Why did he sail west? Was it to find America? No, it was something about a trade route, right? Did you know that? He was looking for a quicker way to get to India so that he could trade spices and all this other crap. Why was he doing that? Well, because the only way to get over to the East back in his time was to go on the Silk Road, which just happened to run through Jerusalem, or it was around that area. Okay, it might not have gone straight through Jerusalem, but it was somewhere around there. So what were people doing? The powers at the time were fighting and killing each other for control of the trade route. And they called it, oh, it's a holy war. Oh, we're doing this in the name of God. We're doing this to bring Christianity back to the Holy Land. No, it was money. Okay, it's always money. It's always money and power. Don't get worked up. Don't get worried about that. It's okay. Christopher is looking at this like, man, every time somebody wants to go and trade in the East, they got to go east. They get involved in a bloody, nasty war. What can I do? What can I do to solve this problem? Got it. While everybody else is going east, I'm going to go west because the earth is a globe. And if it's not a globe, if you're a flat earther, you're an idiot. Number one. If you're a flat earther, you're a moron. But that's okay. No judgment. Even if you're a flat earther, the earth is still round. You can still go what we call west and wind up in the east because you're just going in a circle. So old Chris, he went and he got some people on board with money. Who was it? The king and queen of Spain? Obviously, something he was saying was right and resonated with somebody because they gave him some cash. So he got his stuff and he went on his little expedition, and the rest is history. The point I'm making, while everybody else is rushing into a war, into the fray, only the individual that can step back and think different is going to make it. Okay? Everybody else is going to get bogged down. doing the same old thing. And this is what I see happening, especially in America. If you identify with a group, if you identify with a political group, a religious group, an ideology, an orientation. Now, I'm just celebrating my orientation. I'm not identifying. Well, yeah, I am. Yeah, I am a hetero-moral, lifestyle-oriented person. Anyways, though, if you identify with one of these groups and you latch onto it, there's no hope for you. But more important, if you're identifying your life through one of these groups, political groups, whatever, you believe your country is divided. Right now, every single day, you're looking at the news, you're seeing your country divided. If you're a Black Lives Matter person, you think this is a racist country and it's divided. If you are a MAGA person, you think this country is divided. I'm not saying it's not. Stick with me. Don't get turned off yet. My point is, that's your worldview, that's your perspective. It's us versus them. And so many people, many will say, what is the answer? How do we solve this problem? Like back in Christopher Columbus's time, how do we solve the problem of limited trade to the East? Well, I guess we just need another huge campaign. We need another crusade. And Chris is like, yeah, I mean, those work. They work sometimes. We go over there, we fight, we take control of stuff, we have it for a while. But I mean, it costs a lot. It costs a lot of money, a lot of human lives. And old Chris was willing to put his own life in jeopardy to try another way. There's got to be another way to do stuff. And so this is what I just kind of get bored hearing this. When it comes to the divisions in the world, and there are some, especially if you're identifying with a group, you're really going to see the world as a divided place. Multiple facets. I just get bored with people saying, well, the answer is love. And you got like all these songs. What was that John Mayer song? We just keep on waiting for the world to change. We keep on waiting. Boo, 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 just waiting on the world to change. Whatever the hell it is. Okay, that gets old. Love. Then you people playing Bob Marley. One love, one, but let's get together and feel all right. That's such a nice little happy message, but okay, we're going to love each other. How do I do it? What does it look like? First step. Oh, well, we just smoke weed together. It's something dumb. It's just a dumb, feel good, not really saying anything message. Put a strike through it. Get it off the list. Many, the problem with the world is not enough love. And give me something to do. All right, I'm going to keep going. Here's what many will say also. Action. We got to take action. Some will say, we got to get out and vote. Others will say, we got to get out and protest. Still more will say, we got to buy guns because the blank is going to hit the fan. We got to fight. We got action, 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 action. Okay. Those actions don't get us anywhere. History will show you that. One bloody conflict leads into another, leads into another. And when there are times of like the American Revolution, the French Revolution, these revolutions, it's just something that happens. It's an esprit de corps, so to speak. Not really one person leading the whole thing, not one thought. It becomes something different. Here's one. You'll hear this one a lot. The answer to the problems of today, the us versus them, the division, the hatred in the world. What do we do? Here's the answer. Jesus. Jesus is the answer. It's like, yeah. And please what's the first step to Jesus being the solution? Tell me. Well, we just got to go tell people about Jesus. But we can't make people believe in Jesus. We can't make people believe in God. So that's not really a solution. It's just throwing words out there that make people go, oh, yeah, yes. So many are going to say, oh, love is the answer. Actions are the answer. Jesus is the answer. This particular politician, this ideology is the answer. I'll tell you the answer. That's right. I've got it. I don't just make these without having the answers for you. You ready for it? Here it is. Here's the answer. The only hope for your divided country, the divided world, the messed up, mucked up place we live in. Men. I'm speaking to the men. Because the women, they can't do it. It's not a put down. It's just the truth. Men must overcome weakness through forgiveness. That's right. You heard me. It's that simple. Men, overcome your own weakness through forgiveness. Not everybody else's weakness, your weakness. There's so many weak, pathetic, just pathetic little men out there running around pretending to be men, but really they're just boys in men's clothing. They got no answers. They got no solutions. And why do they not have answers or solutions? I'll tell you why. Because they themselves have not gone and forgiven. And if you can't forgive, then you can't be forgiven. If you can't accept forgiveness, you can't extend forgiveness. And you got so many people, politicians, group leaders, church leaders. They talk a good game. They talk about love. They talk about action. They talk about Jesus. But in their own life, they're total hypocrites because they haven't gone and forgiven. They don't know how to do it. They are blind. I'm not putting them down. I'm just saying the truth of the matter. They're blind because they haven't done it themselves. They have no experience. A man with experience is never at the mercy of a man with an argument. That's an old expression. So, all of your sinful behaviors, all of the things that all the other groups are doing that you think are wrong, what your neighbor's doing, what your neighbor's neighbor is doing, what you're doing, all of that sin, what people call sin, it's just a side effect of the real problem, unforgiveness. And people want to run around like they're pious, like they're better. We just got to love. We got to love the sinner, but hate the sin. I understand what they're trying to say when they say that, but it's stupid. Okay? It's stupid. And I know it's stupid because I've heard it damn near my whole life and it hasn't actually done anything. Love the sinner, but hate the sin. That's stupid, man. Let me tell you what's not stupid. Go and forgive. And this is how you do it. Okay, I'm not going to just talk about something, but not actually say how to do it. Here's Christopher Columbus. We got to go west to wind up in the east. Here's the king. How do we do that? Give me 3 ships and I'll show you. So this is what I propose. The problem with our world today is a lack of forgiveness. Men are not actually putting forgiveness into practice. They're not overcoming their own weakness. Take personal responsibility by letting go of resentment. How do you let go of resentment? You forgive. Stop thinking too highly of yourself. No, and here's the knee-jerk reaction. People will be like, okay, well, who we got to forgive? I know. The Christians got to forgive the gays. The gays got to forgive the Christians. The blacks got to forgive the whites got to forgive the Mexicans got to forgive the cartels, the Republicans got to forgive the Democrats. No one can tell you who to forgive. So I'll sum it up like this. Number 1, men specifically got to be the example. We got too many talking heads, blah, 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 and not enough people who have actually done it. Men got to go learn how to get over their own weaknesses by forgiving so that they can be the example to their families and their communities. Once you are the example through action, people just follow you. I know because I've done it. I've seen it work. I've seen it work in my own family. I try to preach a good game. I was a pastor. I was a missionary. I knew all the theology. I could preach it to my kids, but even though I was preaching it to them, they were still behaving in anger. It wasn't until I realized I'm resentful, I have anger, Lord, you got to help me overcome it. That's when I saw the breakthrough in my children's life. That's when I saw my wife really submit to my authority as the man. When I went and submitted to God and overcame these things by the power of God through forgiveness. So, step number 1, We got to go and forgive. We got to learn. We got to realize forgiveness is the way to overcome our own weakness. So this is how you do it. No one can tell you who to go forgive, who you have resentment towards. No therapist, no shrink. Sigmund Freud can't tell you, oh, you're mad at your mom because you got the hots for your mom. You got to go forgive her. Nobody can tell you who you got to go forgive. Only God can reveal it to you. This is what you do. Every morning, every night, you go, you be silent. You let God reveal things to you. It's a simple 2-step program. Number 1, get your prayer life in order. Get your relationship with God in order by going 2 times a day minimum. Start with this. Start in the morning, 5 minutes. Sit, observe your thoughts. Don't control them. Don't ask God for anything. Just sit and be quiet. In the evening, sit, be quiet. Confront your demons. Confront them. God will bring them to your mind. He's going to force you to confront things that you're afraid of. Work on your prayer life through silent prayer and observation. Every morning, 5 minutes. Every night, 5 minutes. Number 2, go and forgive. If you don't know who to go forgive, because no one can tell you, go back to step 1. During that time of silent prayer, God will reveal to you who you have resentment with. Then you take action. And the action is you go face to face and you say to the person, I realized I resented you for the things you did to me. It was wrong of me to hold that against you. I'm not God. I can't judge you. I don't know why you're doing the things you're doing. It's wrong of me to assume you were doing it to get back at me. It's not about me. Something going on in you. I forgive you for the things you did. It's that simple. Too many times people go and they want to forgive. They go, you know what? You did me wrong, but I forgive you. And then what's the reaction from the other person? Who the hell are you to forgive me? And it's a mess. This is what you do. Step 1, get your prayer life in order through silent prayer. Every morning, every night, throughout the day, observing your thoughts, being in the present moment with God. He will reveal to you who to go forgive. That's step 2. Then go and do it. Don't do this crap of, I forgave him in my heart. Go face to face while you still have breath in your lungs, while they're still on the planet, and tell them there's power. There's power in that. It's so powerful. I've done it. I wouldn't tell you to do it if I hadn't done it myself. That started with my parents. That's a good place to start. I went on over into extended family after that, in-laws and the such. Friends, I'm sorry. I resented you for the way that you were, and I didn't even realize it, but now I realize I have resentment. It's not right. Forgive me. That's what forgiveness looks like. I'm sorry. No, not I'm sorry. I was mad at you for the things you did, and I was judging them as wrong. It's not my place to judge your actions as wrong or right. It's only my place to say, I'm not holding it against you anymore. That's simple. Once you do that, you are on your way. You are on your way. And the Holy Spirit is making you a new creation. Get your prayer life in order. Go and forgive. If you don't know about step 2, go back to step 1. You want to change the world? The only answer for the world, oh, it's love, it's action, it's Jesus. That's crap. Men, you got to overcome your own weakness by learning how to go and forgive. That's the problem. Too many men, they talk a good game, but they haven't actually done it. They haven't done it. They're blind. Hey, the question of the week this week is, what is alive superior to what is dead? That's a yes or no. Just think about that. Think about that. We'll talk about it on Friday, I believe. I think we'll have a show on Friday. I don't know. My work schedule is kind of busy on Friday. But that's the question of the week. You can add it in the comments. You can do whatever you want with that. You can think about it. You can forget about it. Doesn't matter to me because I'm going to think about it. I already have. Hey, this has been Done Believing, moving away from simply believing the truth, straight towards knowing the truth, all for the purpose of overcoming our own delusion. not fixing anybody else's delusion, getting the plank out of our own eyes first, and then we'll see what to do after that. All right, have a great one. We'll catch you back 7:30 most weekday mornings. Goodbye.